Good afternoon. Welcome to the Amputee Woodworker. I'm Todd Barone here at the Cedar Furniture Shop. We are doing some sanding right now. I want to talk to you guys about sandpaper for a minute. Sandpaper, I've seen a lot of questions out there on the web. What sandpaper do I need to use? Why do I have to do that? Well, here we usually use cedar in our shop. Cedar's a kind of a soft hardwood. Nevertheless, it's really hard to, really easy to work with. So we use 3 grits. We use 80 grit, 120 grit, and we'll use the 220 grit. The most common one we use all the time, and I go through a lot, most of, is the 120. Now the 80 is really good for, because we do a lot of live edge furniture, for help cleaning up some of these edges here, like that. It does help it. Sometimes though, you've got to be careful when you're sanding stuff like that. You'll take too much of the good character out of it. You don't want to over sand it, if there is such a word. So 120 is really good. We use that. The 220 we use, especially in between our finishes, when we finish and sand and finish. And we use a polyurethane finish, if anybody was curious about that. But sanding and sandpaper are really not that difficult. Like I said, 3 grits that you'll probably really use the most is 80, 120, and 220. You can get them in 150, 100, 60. I mean, those 3 are pretty safe, and they'll get you pretty much whatever project you're working on. We use the 5-inch hook and loop sanding disc. We have a 5-inch orbital sander that we use. The good thing about that, instead of the old quarter sheet sanders, one, they're easier to load, change your disc out. You just pull it off, pull out another one, and put it on, and you're good to go. Also, when sanding, with this, you can sand in any direction. The quarter sheet sanders, you got to kind of go with the grain, and if you cross grain sand with a sander like that, you're going to get scratches. This one, it just keeps rotating any direction. Gives it a nice finish. When you're done, and it's just a very nice surface, very nice job. No mars, no strange lines, no scratches. So now, quick rundown on sandpaper. The brand that we like the most. Hey, we've used a lot of different brands. We use cheap paper. You can order some cheap paper from Amazon. I used to get Gator paper from Lowe's a lot. I've become partial to this new Diablo brand sandpaper. Our non-national chain hardware store carries it. Seems to be a good brand. Very good results, about the same money. For 50 sheets, it's about 20 bucks. And it's 15 minutes away versus 50 miles away to the nearest box store. So if you're curious about that, Diablo brand, we use that. We also started using their Diablo blades. We bought one for our table saw. It seemed to be a good brand, very good blade. Cuts very nice. No big tear out or anything like that. We do use a combination blade. So that's my take on it. If you're looking for good sandpaper, I'm not sure what to get, I do recommend Diablo. And most of the time, for whatever your project is, 120 is a good, safe, all-around paper. It's not too coarse. It's not too fine. It's right there in the middle. 80 is good for rough stuff, but we do use a lot of rough stuff. A lot of our stuff comes right off the mill, so it's kind of different, And also a quick tip, get you a mat. We use an old cheap $2 doormat from like Dollar General or Walmart. That way it helps hold your workpiece from moving around while you're sanding, and also it helps prevent marring or getting scratches on your work as you're trying to finish it and make it look nice. Because once you get done with that, you go into finish, as soon as you put that oil on there, it's going to show everything. So get you a nice mat, something good and stable that won't mar up your work. Diablo sandpaper, and if you're like I said, recommendations on the sander, I do recommend the 5-inch orbital sander there, and happy sanding. You'll really thank yourself. Get away from the quarter sheet sanders, they're boring. Thank you, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down and let us know why. Click subscribe. It'll be down in the credits there as this video ends, and you can follow us. We're on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. So give us a shout out. Also, we'll give you an email address. You can get a hold of Todd Barone, the Amputee Woodworker here at the Cedar Furniture Lodge shop. If you have any questions or commentary or anything of that sort, we'll try to get an answer for you. And we do appreciate you watching. Thank you, and see you out there. Be careful.